beauty about the fans of the UFC is that they fill the arena from beginning to end. I mean, the arena's pretty full. You don't know what the best fight of the night's going to be, but for the last 2 to 3 months, we've all been waiting for this main event. Now, we've just sat through 3 hours of fighting to get to the main event. The production crew has brought the fighters out to the music and the excitement and the lights and everything. It's time. This is it. It's time. I mean, this is the time to throw down. This is the time to prove everything. This is the time we've all been waiting for. I am not a phrase-driven individual. I'm just a passionate, physical, moving announcer. But when it comes to its time, that to me epitomizes where we're at. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time. You don't need much more than that.
The UFC is more than a few tough guys coming in off the streets who think they can fight. These are athletes competing at the highest level of their sport. Just look around you. It's the fastest growing sport in the world, a multi-billion-dollar industry, and the proving ground for modern-day warriors.
I started training fresh out of high school. I started doing Muay Thai. I was going to these jiu-jitsu classes, and then the school, the karate school that we were using to practice our stand-up had shut down, and we were left without a place to train. And the jiu-jitsu place that I was going to, when I first started training there was actually a blue belt instructor, which at the time, jiu-jitsu had just recently been introduced to the United States. And so to have a blue belt was like, whoa, a big deal. And it's kind of funny looking back at it now to see how things have progressed. But the school ended up shutting down, and my friend Josh Rafferty and I, we were left without a place to train for quite some time. So his mom, she had a wooden shed, those sheds that hold like lawn equipment and all that kind of stuff in their backyard. She cleared all the lawn equipment out of it, and they threw some cheap used carpet down and put up as best the insulation as they could, and we trained in this thing for nearly a year and a half.
In 1997, Bruce Beck, who used to be the voice of the UFC, got a big job in New York. He said, I can't freelance anymore. So Brucey called me and goes, dude, you gotta take a jiu-jitsu class. The first show's in Japan. They'll pay you this, but you gotta learn it now. You got to. Send me a tape right away. So I sent it to the ownership at SCG. They liked me. I was familiar with it, but it wasn't, it wasn't a household thing to me at that point. I learned about Royce Gracie. I learned about Ken Shamrock. Certainly learned about the fighters of the modern day. And now 10 years later, I just had my 10-year anniversary with the UFC. Absolutely blessed, and I can't believe that this has turned out to be my Super Bowl.
When you see me fight, I'm a mean fighter. I'm a real ruthless, mean kind of guy. And Mean Jardine just kind of sounded good, but I'm not just mean. I had to be the dean of mean. I had to be a little bit better, a little bit meaner than that.
I'm actually a count from Poland. My family, my ancestors, they were counts. They were, blue blood, if you will, you know what I mean, from Poland. So yeah, I mean, there was a book called The History of the Bisping Family, and it was all about that, my ancestors in there. And when I had my first pro fight, my manager at the time, he told the ring announcer to call me the Count because he thought it'd be a good gimmick and he thought it would work. And I was like, no way, not interested in that. I don't want to do that. I don't like it, But anyway, when I walked out from the fight, the ring announcer introduced me as Mike the Count Bisping, and it just kind of stuck ever since then.
Me and Anderson Silva, he was a good fighter. He was very complete in the game,
Right.
He beat me, Me and Anderson, we've always played together. He's a very, good player.
What I really like to see in mixed martial arts fights is a guy who just really rises to the occasion and shows you what's possible with, incredible focus and incredible amounts of hard work, like BJ Penn when he fought against Joe Stevenson. I mean, that was a scary version of BJ Penn. Anderson Silva when he fought against Rich Franklin. When you see how good a guy really can be, I think that's one of the more exciting aspects of mixed martial arts, when you see what really is possible when someone just raises the bar to the highest level, and you just sit and you watch in awe of their ability, and Rich Franklin's a tough dude, and to watch a guy like Anderson Silva just annihilate him is it's beautiful and scary at the same time.
I'm watching you.